All right, what's up, man? We're on another job. The job, we actually got here about 30 minutes ago, but it was a cluster because we had like 6 trucks on this back county road, and I couldn't bust out the camera fast enough and get it set up. So I'm walking up to the job right now. It's 3 small spruce and 1 large pine. What we're gonna do with the pine is we're gonna basically, we call it skin it up, but remove all the limbs up to the roof height, and then we're gonna get stretch in there and just pick the tops off in one big piece. So I'm gonna try to get some drone footage of that too. If you watch my videos before, I don't necessarily like drone footage because there's no sound, but it's still gonna be some cool shit to watch even if there's no sound. So I'll see you up there in the job and I'll show you around. All right, we're back. Here's the tree. It's this one big pine right here. It grows up, it's pretty tall, it's got a pretty hard lean this way, and it's sort of over top the roof. Now the tree itself is not really unhealthy, but they're having a lot of problems with the septic, and their septic line runs right off the corner of that porch, and it sort of runs like this, and there's the cap to the septic, and all out here is leach field. And the problem is that they're pretty sure that this row of trees, or this tree in particular, is causing problems with the septic, which if you see, there's some kind of weird indentation right here in the ground. It's almost like there's almost like a hole right there. So I'm pretty sure the roots are sort of snuffing it out. And when you talk about in line from this to this, I don't know if it shows up the camera, but they're about 2 or 3 foot off. This one's the closest to the line. This is, the way he's saying it, it sort of runs like this and then goes that way. So, and we had a couple spruce out here. Yeah, Kev should be here any minute to catch up on this brush. But it'll chip quick, especially with Scott on the... Yeah, especially with Scott on it, you know? So, this spruce is going. These are already gone. I think once we get you in, if we bring stretch in a corner right here, we'll be able to, you know, get everything we need. So we actually just left another job that was about, I don't know, 30 minutes away, and the truck got full, so we had to send the chipper out to fill it. That's why we're staging brush right here. Once he shows up, it'll be no problem getting in here and just chipping these piles up quick, make it nice and easy work of it. You want to just drop that one, or you're gonna move forward?
Let's drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it like,
I think we could drop it.
I think so too.
All right. Hey, where's the saw?
Right there.
Give me a nice saw. Well, we'll drop this the second that Scott decides he wants to hurry up and finish gassing the saw up. Beautiful. Beautiful. No need to cut her all off. Now look. So what I did is, I made my notch to the left where I wanted it, right? A little bit more to the left because I didn't want to worry about damaging that tree. And I held all my meat to the right, get it to pop right down into the left. What I did is I buried my saw right here. So I buried it in right here, almost like perfectly. Actually, I could show you. Hold on a second. So I buried it almost like that, and then I came in ever so slightly until I knew it was going to go, and then stop cutting. You don't need to cut anymore. Once it starts going and it's going the direction that you want, let it break off, let it hinge. It'll even slow it down and keep everything from poking into the lawn. There's your tip for today. We got to drop these bad boys. Matter of fact, I'll drop them right now. What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's up?
Oh, you didn't see this job yet. Kev's back.
Yeah.
He had to dump the truck. So these three, which we already got down, and that one pine. So what I figured, that pine right there. I figured what we'll do is he has to trim some of this up right now. He's gonna go forwards and turn so his boom is at it. We figure we're gonna limit up probably halfway, and then we'll just pop tops with the with stretch.
Just that one pine?
Just that one pine. Yep. gotta take a field trip because I gotta go deliver the skid steer. So we'll be back, I don't know, in a little while. I mean, it'll be 1 second for you, but like 30 minutes for me. So if you remember like a video or two ago, I said I bought something and it was pretty big and I was super excited about it. I really didn't want to show it this way, but unfortunately before I got to make a video of it, we needed it on a job already. So let's show you here. Wow! It's a 2024 Kubota SVL 75.3. She's a little dirty because we used it already, but we're gonna break her in. Well, we used it at our property to push piles. We haven't used it on a job, but we got this. This thing's a bad mother, dude. How do I even get this blade out? Here we go. Look at these fuckers. Look at those fuckers. We got this little bit of a forestry mower head on here, and the first job out. Now, me and Nick have never operated this type of head before, ever. I mean, I've operated different types that do the same job, but not this type. This thing's a little wild. We're about to find out. So let us unchain this here, and I'll show you up there when we get to the job. Yo, so you have to use the throttle. You can't use the throttle with this. You got to use the turtle. Yeah. So you turn the turtle all the way up. The constant flow is going to be one of them triggers. Once you turn the flow on, yeah, that's the one you're going to have to use once the flow is on. Turn the flow on. Pick it up. Now you should be able to turn constant flow on. That's it. Oh, there's forwards and backwards. There's a forwards and a backwards. Oh, it's smoothed out pretty good. Oh, shit. That thing's black and everything. Don't fuck around. Oh, I shouldn't have standing there. I'm going to try to get a shot of just how overgrown this place is. I mean, it's insane. So it'll be nice to see the difference when I come back and we see how cleaned up it is. Down. All right, we're here with Nick, and I got to take off, so he's going to stay here for a little bit, and he's going to knock down as much shit as possible. But all this crap here, all of it, mow it right down. You know, you could probably just fucking smash down on it.
Everything in this little cluster to the opening.
Yeah, yep, to the opening. All this shit you can
all the way
smash
around
down.
the house.
All the way around the house. Well, no, not the wood side. I'll show you right now. It ends on the. Glad I'm wearing my sunglasses. This stuff, if you could slam any of this, but nothing going that side. So it's basically three. The front, which there's nothing there, you already hit that. The side and back here. All right, well, we'll come back and see how Nick makes up. I was literally just decimating all that shit. Oh, he's making room. All right, now I actually gotta leave. I gotta leave. All right, back on the job. We got a good portion of the tree skinned out. All right, so look at me a little half-ass here, and I'm gonna work and try to figure if I can figure this out here. I shot some drone footage for you guys, and for some reason the files like got corrupted, and I cannot transfer it onto the SD card to get it. It will not pick it up no matter what I do on the editing software that I use, no matter what I do. So I decided to set up the GoPro and record the laptop, which I think is going to be a good idea, because then I could explain to you guys what's going on and what Buster is doing. And you don't have to listen to just nothing, because as you already know if you watch my videos, drones don't record any type of sound, which makes sense because you would just hear the rotors buzzing. So let's go ahead and play the clip, and I'll pause it and show you guys what's going on. So first off, what I want to say is Buster is up in the truck, or up in the lift. It's a CMC 83 HD Plus. He has his harness on, obviously. You should be wearing your harness if you're up in the bucket. He's using a T-Rex sling, so a lot of times I was brought up, or if you're doing any type of tree work, a lot of guys are using snatch blocks or pulleys, you would call them. They're good too, but if you're not doing anything insanely heavy, these are basically a sling, and they have eyelets in them with this round thimble, I would call it, and the rope slides through it. It doesn't have a wheel that's on like any type of bearing, so it works pretty well. And it's just really fast. It's a lot faster than setting up a pulley system, or a snatch block as we call it here in my neck of the woods. So let's go ahead and start the video. There's the guys down there. I'm over on the left with the drone. I follow it back up, and we have a pull line. So we have a pull line because it's just safer for Buster's. He has, I want to pause this quick. So what he does, it's going through here. He's got his notch in. He's got a half hitch here and a running bull in here. Now if you look, he didn't bring his half hitch down and put this below these nubs. He purposely put that above these nubs because when it's upside down, it can't slide off the butt of the log. All right, let's go. Now here's a crucial step. I'm going to pause this video for a second. This is a crucial step here because if you could see, the butt of the log is currently right here, okay? And that is where it came from here. Now, he let it run about 20 feet because the guy that's down on the bottom, which you'll see here shortly, he's going to let the piece run if Buster tells him to let it run because it reduces that shock load on the rope, and it also is moving slower, which doesn't create too much heat inside the rope and that sling that I was talking about. A lot of times when you lower a limb, whether it's on a snatch block or it's on one of these slings, it builds a lot of heat, and sometimes if you lower something real big, you won't be able to touch the snatch block afterwards. I've actually burnt my hands after you lower something real fast. So if he lets it run, he sort of has a little tension against it. It slows it down, less heat, less static hit on that rope. So Ian is over here. You could see him by the machine. And basically, he has the line and he's in full control of this limb at this time. Now the tag line, there's a couple guys came in and they grabbed it, and a couple guys are on the tag line and they're pulling the butt out while the guys on the ground are also pulling it out. Now generally what you should see is at some point, once they know that there's enough weight on the tips that the piece cannot slide back forward towards Ian or the machine or sometimes a house, once they know there's enough weight, somebody will go and they'll get butt control. We call this the butt here. So somebody should run up there and get butt control. Now, they don't always do that because if there's not any risk involved, they won't go up and run it right away. But as you see, Scott jumped in there. He's going to grab it, and they're going to push that butt out so they could grab it with the machine That limb is fully on the ground, although it might not look like it's fully on the ground, and the butt actually might not be fully on the ground, but the tension is now off the rope, and they're ready to grab it with the sow and run it to the chipper. So let's move on to the next one. All right. So here we go. We got the next top. So there goes the top. Now, same thing with the other one. It was about 35, 40-foot top, something like that. They had a pull line on it just to keep it going that direction. Now, that top, unlike the other top, was going... The other top was going the exact way that Buster needed it to go up in the bucket truck. But this top actually had a lot of weight pushing off this side here. So it was even more prevalent that we should probably use the rope and just have a couple guys on it to keep it going that way. Now this one he let run a lot further. For what reason, I'm not fully sure. Buster might have told him something before he cut it. I wasn't aware of why this situation was. It could have been a little taller. Maybe he thought it was a little heavier. I'm not really sure. Maybe there were some limbs that were above him that he thought could have hit him as it folded over if he didn't let it run. So that I don't know. I was on the drone and I was on the other side of the yard for that. So now here we go again. You'll notice shortly you got Ian is on the rope right here. You got Kevin right here, Scott, Shane, and Dennis right there. They're all trying to get tip control and trying to find something that they can grab to orientate the piece to the flattest part that it is and be able to pull it out without limbs snapping. Because a lot of times happens if you grab something and the limbs are too small and you start really wrenching on it, 2 or 3 guys got one limb, that limb will snap and it'll shoot back forward. So at this point, something happened. I could already tell you that they didn't do what they wanted to do, because the fact that Dennis and Shane had let go and Kevin looks like he's going to grab a saw means that Ian, quite possibly not on purpose and not because he's not skilled, he is very skilled, might have misinterpreted the limb of some sort, and there is too much weight now on the ground and they can't pull it out. Looks like I'm going to pan around the other side. Now, without being right there and hearing what the communication was, I can't really explain what had happened, why Kev went and got that saw. Again, I'm guessing that Ian probably brought it down a little too fast and a limb cut and they couldn't pull it backwards anymore. And the reason they want to pull it backwards is because this butt, if they don't go back far enough, when they lower it down, it could come too close to the machine. Now, these 2 legs right here, they look like they're real close to the front of the machine, but they're not. So you could actually lower this down, and then you would have to cut it behind the legs, which would cause a little problem with getting the limb out. So, but it looks like whatever the situation was. And, I mean, you could tell... There's really no limbs here. Buster had already skinned this up, and there's a lot of limbs on this side. So I'm pretty sure that I'm right, that it came down a little too fast, or maybe it came down at the right speed, and they just didn't see a limb, and it got jabbed into the ground. And at that point, none of them, even all of them, Shane, Ian, and Dennis, were not strong enough to pull it out further than what they did.
All right, tree's down. So what we're doing now is we can't get the sow in here because of the problem that you already know about with the septic line. So the neighbors are allowing us to come through here. We bombed the log right here and we're grabbing the pieces through there. And it's quite honestly a pain in the ass, but it's working. So we have to get the chipper off that and onto this. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna have to put something under it. Cause remember last time it wasn't
Yeah, but it was coming off a pickup.
jump up there and get a big block.
It was coming off a pickup block.
Or 2 blocks. Yeah, but let's just make sure. Cause dude, my shit is fucking high. Yo, it's high.
I remember last time it was fucking...
Kev, get a block under there. Bro, I bet you that's 12 inches. It's fucking up there. This coffee cup is still here from a short that I made months ago. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it right there and we'll see when we get back if it's still there. Yeah.
Bail out.
Yo, I was this close one day from bailing out of a fucking old crane truck we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't even the scariest though. The scariest ever was we used to have a 97 Ford bucket truck and the headlights, the high beams were on the floor. You know, you had to click them like the old style. So I'm coming down Hunter Mountain, this mountain, dude, and it's dark, right? And I click to turn the high beams on, the headlights go out.
Bang.
I was by myself, fucking gone. And I'm like, ah! Fucking the only thing I had was the amber lights from like the, you know, that shit was so scary.
Fucking pickup does that shit. If you click it, it'll stay on the floor and the lights go out. And you gotta like flick it back up with your foot.
Scary as fuck. All right. Once he pulls out, we're gonna have to go quite far up. So the reason that we're swapping the chipper from the chip box is because this is a very long, very steep mountain that we're on going back to our shop, and it's clearly capable of going down, you know, safely. But why do it if you don't have to? You know, I mean, this truck is 60,000 pounds. It's actually, I think it's 65,000 pounds. And it's got a Jake brake, multiple axles. This thing won't even know that that 10,000 pound chipper's back there. Instead of making Kevin with a load of chips and a 10,000 pound chipper go down the mountain. Still too tall. So the pinto hook on that chip box versus the pinto hook on this, it's got to be like a 14-inch difference. It's absolutely massive. Holy shit.
Spins.
Yeah. Hey!
I think the one on the bucket does the same thing.
Dennis, I'm only going to tell you one time.
Well,
Yo, your vest's undone.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yo, I got Uncle Don's. No, I got, it wasn't Uncle Don's guy. I got fucking, what's the new guy's name? Devin. I got Devin Good.
What's the new guy's name?
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
We ain't remember him yet.
No.
He's only been here for what, week and a half?
Does that?
It should go.
Yeah, just plug it in. I don't know if it works, but that way just in case.
Nope.
All right, boys, ready? Is that trash can held down? Because that looks like the wind will grab that and pull it out. Dennis, you lead up from behind. My walkie CB's in the truck. Kev, stay behind me. All right, we're done. America. America. All right, thanks for watching, boys. Take it easy. See you on the next one. I feel like I do this quite often. I do the outro and then I forget that I told you I was gonna do something, and I shot a video saying, look at that coffee cup. It's still fucking there. For anybody who's gonna think that I am lying, I'm gonna pick it up and look at the fucking ring. Look at the ring from where this coffee cup has been. It doesn't move. If you go to my shorts, you'll see a video that was a funny video about coffee cups all over the truck. Whatever the date that was posted, that's been there since then. Swear. All right, this time I'm actually leaving. Thanks for watching.